Hello my friends, welcome to Authentic Living with Linda. Today we're talking about energy drainers. As part of our dynamic living, we're going to look at what drains our energy. Dynamic people have a lot of energy and they have learned how to plug the holes that drain their energy. So dynamic people know who they are. They take the time to study themselves. They study their negative traits. They study their positive traits. They study what saps their energy and takes their time. And they study what energizes them, what makes them feel full of power. They don't necessarily dwell on the negative traits, or the positive for that matter, or what saps their energy. They tend to focus on what energizes them. The more energy they gain, the more they are able to achieve. So my question to you is, who are you? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Now that could be said a number of ways. And who do you think you are? That's who do you think you are? In the nicest possible way. Who were you before you had kids? Before you got married? Before you landed yourself in debt? Before you bought a house? Who were you before you started adulting? Think about that. What were the traits you had then that you don't have now? And where have they gone? Drop a line. Drop a line in the comments below and let me know what are the traits that you had before you had children, before you had a spouse, before you had debt, before you started adulting. Also, let me know what are the roles that you play now. An example of the roles that we play was when I was a young mum. I had 4 children under the age of 4. So life was very busy for me. I was a woman who had low self-esteem. In fact, I had no self-esteem. So for me, my roles and my self-esteem was wrapped up in those roles. So by being a good wife, a good mother, meant that I was being a good person. And then when I didn't do those roles well, which inevitably nobody can because we're not perfect, I took that personally. It meant that I was not a good person. I lived for the expectations of other people because I didn't know about myself. I didn't know about who I actually was. So being responsible for everybody was how I controlled what happened in my life. So my roles were things like cooking the meals, cleaning the house, being a good wife, making sure that the kids had clothes, making sure that the house was always tidy, taking care of the grounds and the lawns and the gardens, making sure that the money that we did have stretched as far as it could go. So that meant preserving, that meant sewing clothes, that meant making furnishings, making furniture. All those sorts of things I did because I believed that that would make me a good person. Who I was wrapped up in what I did. So energy drainers are the things that sap our energy. And often it's not so much the things, it's the attitude and the belief behind it. All the things that I was doing when I had young children were done with the need to be accepted and acceptable. So our energy drainers are things like working long hours, having a messy house, the neighbourhood that we live in, our body shape and our body size and our body fitness, how healthy we are or how healthy we're not, things like our financial status. Do we have enough money for our bills? Do we feel like we never have enough? Or do you have the nagging thoughts of that you're never good enough, not quite worthy? Those are all the energy drainers that I'm talking about for today. So leave me a message below about how you feel about your energy drainers. What is draining your energy today? And who are you? What are the roles you play? And what drains your energy? And our pearl of wisdom for today is infinite energy surrounds everything. Infinite energy is in everything, and infinite energy is in you. And I'll see you tomorrow.